Okay, so we are showing today how to do team importing of data and also results. So let's go ahead and start with importing of data. One thing you have to be sure of when you're importing data for use in team calculations is that, so here's a sample of the data that we're going to look at. One of the things that we need to make sure that we have is obviously we need a column for team name, and you can see here that we have team names. But race director also requires a classification. So if this isn't here, which it normally isn't, you have to put a team classification column here, and then this one is just going to be all A. Every single one is just A. And that is shown here. If you go to Tailor, Teams, you'll see here classifications. I've got two classifications. A is just teams, and then B is other. So when you're importing the data, you have to tell it what group, not just what team, but what classification you're going to use. Classifications are things that are used, for example, if you have different categories, like a wheelchair category, for example. If you had a wheelchair category, then you might put a wheelchair category here, and the teams would be just non-wheelchair. Okay, so when you go into importing the data, and you do everything the same as you would if you were to import the data without teams. And so we're going to go ahead and just do this really quickly here. First name, last name. And let's just go. So team here. Oh, wait, is that the team name? No, it's not. Team name is here. And I'm not going to go through this because we're not going to actually finish. So have to make sure we do the classification as well. So team classification right there. Okay, so team class, and up here we have team name. Then we're going to go to finish. I'm not going to do this because we've already done it. Just say build, and then it will import. Okay, so how do we score that? Let's go ahead and restore last year's race, and that should have the data in it and show you how the team scoring works. Okay, so let's go into, good, we have results here. This is last year's results. And if we go into teams, you can see we have teams here as well, right? So we have 12 teams total, and obviously they're all in classification A as well. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go back and show you something else. So in the teams, if you click on a team, any team here, for example, this first one, ADK Community Group, it shows you the information for this team here. The main information you'll want to sometimes look up is the number of people on the team. Right here it shows 15. If we go to this next one called Scrambled Eggs and Aiken, that has 10 members, and so on and so on, right? That's important because when you do team scoring, let's go to reports, let's click on team reports. So let's go here and let's do a summary team report. If we click here on 5K and say score through 5 members and total places, okay, so we're going to click on 5K, which is the race we're running, score through 5 team members and total places. This is what it's going to do. So results are being recalculated, reset into their age groups. Use enter results, calculate after to, yeah, okay, that's fine. So what this is saying is it's moving the top finishers back into their age groups because it needs to know what they are in order to calculate the team score. And it's saying after you do the team scoring, be sure to rerun the calculation for the results, and it will put those finishers back into their total. Okay, shouldn't have to do that really, but the software is a little older. Okay, so this is what we show. So we scored through the top 5 places, or top 5 finishers, all right? And then number 6 is asterisk here. All these are asterisks. But number 6 is the tiebreaker. So on this team, Team Tronky, the first 5 members, 4 of them took number ones in their age group, and the other one took second. So if you add up all of those, that's top 5 places is 6 points, which is pretty incredible. 5 is the best score you can get, right? So Team Tronky here won the teams, the second place finisher in teams with scrambled eggs and whatever it was. And they had their members, out of their 10 or 15 people, they had a first place finisher, a third place finisher, a third place finisher, fourth place, and fourth place, right? So if you combine that score, it's 15. All right, so this is how you do the team score. And one last thing about how that is set up. It is set up in Taylor Options. If you go over to, let's see, Results 2. So in Results 2, we have team scoring by age group place here, okay? That's the fairest way to do it, is age group place. Probably the fairest way to do it is age graded, but it's complicated, so we go with age group place, which is a close second to that. So we just basically say age group place. So, if you have a team member who's 55 years old, takes first place, that's just as good as a team member who's 20 years old and takes first place, right? And then the tiebreaker is the next finisher, which means whichever one we choose. We chose the top 5, and then the next finisher would be number 6. Okay, so that is how you import team members to the participant database and perform the team scoring.